Trump blames Biden for crisis in Israel. Grotesque betrayal. President Donald Trump attacked President Joe Biden's handling of the Israel-Hamas war and called for the construction of a U.S. Iron Dome during a Derry, New Hampshire, campaign rally. Time equals 400 ms, greater than in blunt and unequivocal words, Trump claimed. It was Joe Biden with his weakness and what he did with Iran and others that caused the attack on Israel. November to remember. Virginia elections could launch YOUNGKIN National RUN. The event came just hours after the former president filed for the state's first-in-the-nation primary on Monday and just days after Biden held a primetime address from the Oval Office Thursday night following his trip to Israel. 4 days ago, crooked Joe Biden gave one of the most dangerous and deluded speeches ever delivered from the Oval Office. It was a disaster. Trump said, "Crooked Joe went before the American people and said that if you want to support Israel, then you have to give a blank check for the proxy war also in Ukraine, having to do with Russia and Ukraine." Joe Biden's speech was a grotesque betrayal of Israel and a confused mess of neocon warmongering and American last lunacy, Trump continued, pushing conflict abroad and distracting from his many disasters at home. The Biden administration has requested a $106 billion foreign aid package from Congress in the wake of the October 7 surprise Hamas attack against Israel, launching war in the Middle East. The package includes $61.4 billion for Ukraine in its war against Russia, and $14.3 billion for Israel, which Trump opposes. During his speech, Trump mocked Biden, claiming he can't even walk up the children's stairs on Air Force One, mocked television networks for commenting on Biden's Israel speech and State of the Union address, then later slammed progressive Democrats who have expressed sympathy for Gaza, such as Reps. Rashida Tlaib, DMI, and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, DNY, as crazy. The former president stated he would avert a world war, impose sanctions on Iran, unlock American energy, and reinstate his controversial 2017 ban on countries with Muslim majorities if he were re-elected. "I will immediately reinstate all sanctions on the murderous Iranian regime. We have to do that until we have a deal," Trump said. "If you will not enforce sanctions against Iran, then you do not stand with Israel. It's that simple." Trump also called for the U.S. to construct an Iron Dome comparable to Israel's air defense missile system, although the U.S. doesn't face the same missile threats as Israel. "Americans deserve an Iron Dome, and that's what we're going to have. We're going to have an Iron Dome around our country," Trump said. Another GOP rival, Vivek Ramaswamy, called for the U.S. to build an Iron Dome last week during a New Hampshire stop. "Russia has hypersonic missile capabilities ahead of that in the U.S., he told NBC News. "We're vulnerable to new threats on our homeland. Those hypersonic missiles can reach the United States of America today. We're badly vulnerable." Trump once again slammed Governor Ron DeSantis, R. Florida, by a derogatory nickname, claimed his campaign as dying like a falling bird from the sky, and referred to former UN Ambassador Nikki Haley as birdbrain. In New Hampshire, Trump leads his 2024 rivals in polls by double digits. A 538 average of New Hampshire polls shows Trump at 44% support, Haley at 15%, and DeSantis at 11.8%. The other candidates say, "Oh, well, we want to run because we can win." "Every poll has DeSantis getting killed," Trump said about his top two competitors after bragging about his poll numbers. "Birdbrain getting killed. They're all getting killed. Every one of them is getting killed." Click here to read more from the Washington Examiner. Throughout his speech, Trump reiterated his rising poll numbers as he faces 91 charges across 4 criminal cases, his alleged claims of election interference in the 2020 elections, which he called bulls *****, and his virility compared to Biden. Other campaign stump issues Trump touched on included securing the southern border, defeating communist China, protecting parental rights, and rebuilding the U.S. military. "I was the first president in decades who didn't start a war," Trump bragged. "Remember Hillary Clinton said, he will start a war. No, my personality kept us out of war."